Hey guys, EleventyTen here and welcome back to Diablo 3 and just a little bit of an update video for the channel today. I've been progressing in Season 11 with the Necromancer and it's gone pretty well. I haven't grinded far enough to get into the high-end grifts yet, but currently I'm as far as 60 and it's going pretty smooth so far with the build, so I think I'll be able to hit 70 no problem if I just put some more time into it. I'm using the Rathma 6-piece set with the Jeseth set. Man, I can't say that properly. So I get super command skeletons damage, super skeletal mage damage. I haven't even grinded as far as getting my 280 in gems yet, so I've been focusing on getting my gear. I'm rolling T13 at the moment pretty easily. T10 I'm in right now for quicker Rift spam, so I've farmed up 20 Grift keys. I'm running level 51-ish gems right now, so we got Bane of Trap 51, Enforcer 52, and Zaystone of Vengeance 51. So I'll roll those Rift keys over the next couple of days, get those up to hopefully 60, get into my 70s, and get my stash tab there. Gear wise, I'm still looking for my Travelers, I think it's Travelers Pledge Amulet, so I'm just running this at the moment. I haven't found a better amulet. As you can see, I've got a lot of yellow amulets here that I've been upgrading with the cube, and I've had terrible luck. So hopefully I'll get my amulet, and other than that I am good to go. I've got my Crispin Sentence, I got my Compass Rose, got my Dainty's Binding, I got my Reaper's Wraps, and I got a couple of Ancient Rathmas pieces. And the rerolls have been pretty kind to me. Got my 6 crit chance here. Command Skeleton's decent damage there. Good crit hit damage, crit hit chance on my gloves. 10% damage on my weapon, but I didn't get an ancient version. I did Ramaldani's it. I've had a few Ramaldani's drop, which is good. Good hit crit chance on this one. I suppose I could roll it to 10, but my mats have been kind of low. Death's Breath has been a pain to grind because I've been re-rolling these amulets so much. And prior to getting my Crispin Sentence, I rolled so many bloodstone, or what is it called, blood shards, on my rings to get Crispin Sentence. It wasn't even funny. My jewelry, Circle of Neluge's Evil, took forever to get. Tasker and Theo was pretty lucky. I got out my 3rd gloves roll for blood shards, and Raylena Shadowhook took forever. I think I must have upgraded about 75 to 100 two-handed sights to get Raylena Shadowhook on the cube. So that's where all of my mats have gone, and now the final piece I have to grind out is the Travelers Pledge. So I'm really looking forward to that because I'm clearing GR60 pretty smoothly at the moment. The big problem is my survivability. I had a problem with turn the volume down here a little bit. Not 0, that'd be bad. I had a problem with started here, get my stuff going. I'm using Skeletal Mages instead of Singularity because I want to get Traveler's Pledge before I go into Singularity. I had a problem with dying, as in, like, I didn't like dying, so I kind of got tilted if I died. But honestly, it looks like some of the higher end streamers, or gamers, they just end up dying in Greater Rifts anyway, so it's not that big of a deal, I guess. If you're far enough ahead on the timer, it's not going to affect your end game. Sure, you get one less upgrade. Speaking of death, what just killed me? I don't even know what just killed me. A Vile Temptress. God damn, those orbs that they throw at you, man. Some of these mobs are just a pain. So I've come to accept the fact that you're just going to die in these Greater Rifts. And this is a mess, this one. I'm not getting... Oh, God damn it. I hate mobs that go off the edge of the map because your bone spikes can't get to them. Now, this is the first video I'm recording in my new studio. I suppose it's just an office, I guess call it a studio. So the what's the word I'm looking for? The acoustics, is that the word I'm looking for? The acoustics may be slightly different, and I think you're going to hear my keyboard and mouse a little bit in the background here, and if that's the case I'll work on reducing that down. I did change back to my mechanical keyboard from my previous place. I had changed to a crappy, basically an office keyboard, because the mechanical keys were making a lot of noise on the mic and on the videos. I think I'm just gonna at some point just say screw it and just play with the mechanical keyboard, because it's much easier to use, and it has better functionality for games like Overwatch and stuff, where you can do multiple key presses and it doesn't flip out. For example, trying to crouch, jump, and right click and shoot at the same time doesn't always work out with one of these crappy basic Dell keyboards, because it only recognizes 2 key presses at once. So this build is a pretty standard Rathma set mage build. Like I said, I'm not using Singularity because I didn't have the Essence Generation items until just earlier this afternoon. Essence Generation item being Reaper's Wraps. So I wasn't able to fill my Essence pool quickly enough after casting Singularity. I also didn't have Reeling Shadowhook until earlier today, so I must just get around to switching up my Skeletal Mage rune to the Singularity one. Skeletal Mages themselves, the cold one is pretty cool actually, the archers, because they give you the, I think it's the breakpoint, hard breakpoint of attack speed, which is at the moment for me when they're stacked 2.5 attacks per second. And that's pretty nice. It gives me an idea of another build that I might make in off season, just to dick around. Consider something like what's it called? The Inaria set, which is the bone armor with skeletal mages, and Jessat set for increased skeletal mage damage plus, or rather increased command skeletons damage plus increased attack speed from your Grim Scythe, with potentially a hack and a thorns build for the pets. So I'm not getting good generation here. There we go, that's better. So none of the items in here you would be surprised to see. And the timer's going okay. I haven't had that many elite packs. Having watched a couple of other folks who clear like 95s plus, the gameplay style seems to be run around, aggro everything, pop land to the dead, kill everything. I don't particularly like doing that. It probably works. I probably could do it, but I don't really like. I kind of just like playing through and killing what I find and moving on. Probably if I was better at the game, I'd be able to go through, aggro everything, come back, pop land in the day and kill everything, but I don't think I have the area damage right now. One of the big stats you want to get for your command skeletons is area damage, so that when they do triple damage to frozen enemies, they're killing a lot of stuff at the same time. But you can see these packs die pretty quickly. I focused them down. Let's see here, and I was running the Blood Rush double cast rune, which is 10% health. Once I got to GR 50 or so, that was absolutely not viable, and my HP's gone up by about 200k. So the jump that you get in damage from when you get Jesseth, from just Rathma into Jesseth, is crazy, and then the additional jump you get when you have Circle of Nailers Evil, which is a double cast of Skeletal Mage. That's a crazy jump, and then there's the third crazy jump you notice is when you get really into Shadowhook, which is extra damage per point of max essence you have. So you have 3 or 4 breakpoints in the build of where you have to get to before you can push to the next Greater Rift. I hate when I get these shielded guys. They're really annoying. But the best thing about it is you can get your first 6 pieces really easy with the Hadrig's Gift. So you can see I'm way ahead of the timer here. So as long as I'm able to keep myself alive, I don't think I'll have any problem hitting GR70 for the stash tab. Speaking of the stash tab, I'm on, I think, what is it, Destroyer? Yeah, I have to do 20 legendary powers, kill these 2 at T13, which would be easy, and then complete 1 conquest. Ugh, the conquests are a pain. I'll probably try Avarice. I got my extra stash tabs from the seasons, the early seasons. I think season 1 and 2 and 3, maybe just season 1 and 2, which were, I believe, if I'm recalling properly, prior to the conquest being a requirement to get a stash tab. I don't think conquests were required in the first season or the second season, but became a requirement in season 3, and that's when I stopped getting stash tabs, because I wasn't interested in seasons to go that far. You know, I'd play till GR50, then I get bored. You know, I'd gear my character, then I get bored. Normally I'd have stopped playing seasons at this exact point with a character where I get all the gear. Yeah, I still need to get Travelers Pledge, but I would essentially have had my fun and be done with it. But this season I really want to see if I can push for that stash tab. Here we go. Because I really enjoy playing an Necromancer. So that's about it. So you pop Land of the Dead for your GR boss and he just melts. I should have done a 61 because that would have been a new personal best for this character, but in any case, I did die once, so I only get 3 upgrades. But I mean, there's videos of folks. My God, there's videos of folks clearing. That's so stinky. 90% fail times 2. Talk about getting trolled. There's folks with this build that are clearing 95 plus. I think even 100 plus. So it's just a matter of time. I don't even know how much time I've spent on this character. Where's my career? Where's my profile? I don't even know where my profile is. Oh my God. Okay, well apparently I don't know where my profile is. What is it? Shift P? Shift P, okay. How many hours have I played on this character? 31 hours on this character so far, which is okay. I actually put in 29 hours into my off-season Necromancer, and I've gotten nowhere near as geared with the off-season character as I have with the new season character. So we got crappy amulet, needs to be upgraded. We got our good 6-piece. We got our gems leveled up reasonably. So the skills I'm using, we got Circle Neluge Evol, Tasker and Theo, and Raelian Shadowhook. Bone Spikes, Path of Bones, Skeletal Mage. Like I said, probably the optimum version is Singularity. And I touched on this a little bit in the previous video, but that was pre-season, and this is where my seasonal character is now. Got a couple of Rambaldanis in there. I finally found a Rhymeheart. Believe it or not, it's the first Rhymeheart I've ever found. Now, I've played this game since it came out. I've never found a Rhymeheart before. And I found a Furnace a couple of weeks ago for the first time ever. Something like 1,600 hours playing this game, and I had never found a Rhymeheart or a Furnace. There we go. Both of them in the past 3 to 4 weeks. So, but yeah, other things going on. We did move into our new house. Like I said, this is the first video recorded in the new studio, so to speak. So if the sound's a little off, I apologize. I'll work on that. I now have a new setup using the same machine, but I've got a triple monitor setup now, and I'm hoping to settle into a more regular schedule for videos like I did have previously. I went through a period earlier in the year for like 4 months or 5 months where I was able to get a video out every single day, but that kind of died off a little bit when work changed. I was working more hours a week, 45 to 50 hours a week. We were gearing up to buy a house. The kids were in school and all this kind of stuff. So it kind of fell off a little bit. And funnily enough, once Diablo Necromancer came out, I had a bit of a boost in viewership because the Necromancer is pretty popular. And I was lucky enough to pull up a few extra subs from that, and unfortunately, right after, I kind of had to stop recording videos again. So I've been in and out of the video scene, which has been disappointing, but again, real life comes before everything else. So we're settled into the house, we're still moving stuff in. Hopefully I'll be able to get another couple of videos out. I really want to do some PS4 games. I want to do the Wolfenstein Old Blood and Wolfenstein New Order, and then go right into the third Wolfenstein game that comes out, I think, in September or October. Get those up all on the channel. And I'm really looking into PlayerUnknown's. It seems to be a bit of a bandwagon game at the moment, but I've really fallen in love with the game, at least viewing it on Twitch. It's a big difference watching it though than it is playing it. I did buy it, played a couple of games, refunded it because the situation I was in didn't allow me to play PlayerUnknown's properly, 30-40 minutes at a time, heavy concentration. Can't really look away from the screen too long, or you get done in. So my situation now is I have an office. It's not exposed to the rest of the house. I can close the door, set some time aside, and really focus on the games that I play. That will allow me to get back into Heroes of the Storm a little bit more, although I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Heroes of the Storm right now, because honestly, sometimes I get tilted and I don't want to play it anymore. So, that's how it goes with Heroes of the Storm. If you're playing well and it's going well, it's fun to play. If you're not playing well, it gets annoying and you want to quit and put your head through the wall. And that can be impacted greatly by your teammates. And of course, you could play terribly too. Goddamn, stop jumping on me. You could play terribly too. So, it is what it is. In Heroes of the Storm, they just released Stukov, and they just announced Garrosh. I think, was it Garrosh or Grommash? I'm trying to think if it was Garrosh or Grommash. One of the Hellscreams, I can't remember offhand. I haven't even looked at his skill set. So, yeah. This actually looks like it's going to go pretty well. This is 61. It's not too much of a leap from 60. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to continue on with this, and we'll show you the rest of this rift since I haven't even started it. Hopefully I won't just get killed right here. Yeah. My HP doesn't allow me to do that. Let's see. Mortar, electric guys that drop the shit on you. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the timer's already way ahead. I'll be fine on this one. So upcoming, like I said before, back to Heroes of the Storm, potentially PlayerUnknown's, Wolfenstein: The Old Order or the New Order, and the other one, the two that are already released, and maybe some other stuff. Holy crap! Well, maybe I'll just play this off the video and show you the ending of it. So hopefully some other stuff coming up over the next few weeks. So again, apologies that I've been a little bit off with the videos, but this is exactly why. And once we get the house all squared away, I'll be able to power through again. Hopefully get those daily videos up again. So thanks for watching anyway, guys. I'll leave you with the rest of this rift, and have a good night.
I'm afraid not. afraid not. I can bring that down. I'm losing faith. No. This world can abide you no longer. That is not possible. Consumes you. I'm afraid not. That needs to recharge. My essence is too low. The grave beckons. No.
The rift god.
I can't do that. What do you need? I need to go back. My master would take pride in this. Let's see what happens, shall we? See you soon. That is too expensive.